Okay, what's going on, Grand Rising? Today is May the 2nd, 2024, Thursday. So let me say this again. Today is May the 2nd, 2024, and today is Thursday. We are just loading up the windows here really quick. So what we're going to do here really quickly is we're going to go through a top-down analysis from dollar index, euro, a little bit of oil and gold, and then into our futures market because it kind of gives me a whole scope of what I'm looking for the day. So let me turn down Top Step. I do have them here in the background now. Really quickly, first off, I just want to say I'm grateful, to be here. It's been a, good, first 20 videos here into the futures, learning a lot about myself and learning a lot about, how I want to attack this next quarter. With just, it's just going to be insane the way that, all the information and data that we're going to have from this quarter. So super excited for how this docu-series is going. So really quick, just to jump straight into the charts here, like I said on my Instagram, if you're following, make sure you're going through your traders constitutions, make sure you're having a morning routine and you're setting up your mental framework to be able to be successful in this, because with longevity, there's going to be a lot more down days. I hate to tell you, when it comes to day trading, then there are going to be just major up days, right? Especially in the beginning. Now, as you get, into your career, and I'm still growing myself, yes, you're going to probably experience, more up days later on, but in the beginning, and as you're going for profitability, you're going to have to, be able to be neutral and learn how to not get your feelings hurt, pretty much. So really quick, looking here at the charts, looking at dollar index here on the left, we have the weekly. When you really evaluate everything from the swing of the move, 2024 open, we've been very bullish on dollar, and we finally found a little bit of resistance here at the 106.50 level. So as we're kind of pushing away, my bias yesterday was to see price pretty much reject 106.50 on this daily and then to start pushing lower, right? So that would end up making this weekly bearish as well, right? So when you look at the price, something I'm already noticing really quickly, there's going to be these equal lows here, right? These equal lows here. And this, the reason why I'm showing you this, even though I know I'm trading futures market, is because, like I said, it gives me a scope of everything. And then also for anybody that's following me that still trades Forex, you could definitely be getting a grasp on how to target Euro USD trades. All right. So buyer liquidity sitting here. The time is at 26. Okay. And a couple things I need to mark on in queue before we get started today, but we'll do that in 2 minutes. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. I want to see price maybe move lower here to 105, maybe even the 106.50 or 104.50 areas here with dollar. So I'm anticipating after yesterday and that rejection from 106, another down day on dollar, and that we finish closer to 105 this week. And then when you look at the higher time frame, indices, when we see dollar go down, we like to see these go up. So this daily kind of looks like this NQ, ES, YM. And based off yesterday's sweep, I believe that we could see another up day on futures markets. And I think we're going to intraday attack the shorts from the news price yesterday. So when you start to look at like their direction, the 4 hour, you all have the wick, right? And the wick, and prices still failed to act, want to push lower. And you're getting nothing but 4 hour bullish candles inside this area here on both. So, as we fill 50% of this wick on each one of these, it's going to be very important to see if there's a rejection in those areas. And I would really focus on, 51 for ES, whole level, and 17,700 to 17,650s here for NQ. So now this is going to be more intraday where I'm going to mark up some more stuff over here. But that's kind of my goal today, is I'd like to see price go back below daily open, which I need to mark here really quickly. And then see price maybe rally. Now, if they don't do that, we're kind of in weird trap price. So I'm just going to be as patient as I can today and take the best setup that I can. So let me move you guys to the snipe window really quick. Make sure you went through your trader's constitution, right? Said your affirmations, and let's try to have the most, my bad, reading price. Let's have the best session that we can, and just be patient. Okay, so mark this really quick while I'm waiting here. So daily open for Thursday. Then London open. Sorry guys, diamond's barking. So we got about 2 minutes before the open. We have all this marked up, the daily open, the London now. We're just waiting on that New York open. Now the other thing I'm focused on is going to be that 17,800, right? Pretty much the high from yesterday, previous day high, and then previous day low. So if we can actually fall back below possible daily open, we do have a gap right here. That would probably be one of the best areas to see a pullback to then see a rally up to the upside. So got to be patient here today because I know a lot of the times that you get stuck here on this 1 minute, you'll want to just take anything, but we want to put our focus on this 15 and 5 today, and really get the most out of this price action that we can. Now they have already kind of fast pushed up through the 17.6 levels, so we'll see what they present here going into the open. But I'm gonna be quiet and let's see what we get. So we got those New Yorks marked. Marking it on ES as well, just to make sure I have that price and I'm monitoring that price as well. And YM. So I was looking for that initial move. The initial move was up into the candles. So that's when I identified things, all right, into that candle there that we're looking for. So first move was down. Now what I'm just waiting for is that first 5-minute close. But as you can see, if you're looking at the 15-minute last up candle, price comes down, swipes this level, they might start making their way to the downside. And when you look at ES, it looks very similar on that 15 and 1 hour. So maybe we're going down to go up. So I won't buy today unless it's below daily open. Another thing is we actually have relatively equal lows right here. So I'm really looking for price to fill this inefficiency here between 520 is like the whole levels. So I am gonna be locked in here, really focused up. Okay, so first few minutes, all we've really gotten is that break of structure, lower low. Prices filled this inefficiency here, right here in this area. So previous resistance turning to support potentially. So like I said, for me, I'd rather see price go below the daily open and start to formulate before I would take it. I don't want to get stuck over here on this one. So looking at ES, looking at all of them across the board, 4 hour, 1 hour and down, not very much movement here, to be honest, right? And that 4 hour to me, I still think they all want to reach up for those wicks. And then we would, anticipate a bullish day possibly. But as of right now, not too much in this first 5 minutes. So coming in on 33 here. And what I really focus on in New York is that first 5 minute close and that first 15 to kind of give me an idea. But where we're at on higher time frame, these prices are trapped. So you want to be able to definitely define an edge and play that edge. That's my goal today. And yes, you could have played the fast push up right at the open, the 17-6. But me personally, I don't like to really get too trapped in that, like price to kind of confirm and show me. So not focused on this and here, to be honest. I mean, if it was to go up from here, it just does it. ES is failing on that 15 and that 1 hour area, that 50-80 level, which makes sense completely. And so if I was looking at it like that as a buyer or this, I would be pretty ecstatic, right? If I was like that price came out, came back, filled the 17.6 and went. So I'm gonna be patient. And let me check the CFD price just to make sure it's not blinking here. I think they're all kind of holding up. So first 5 minute close, very key, right? What do we get right in that first 5 minutes? We got lower open, lower close. All right, so bearish close. So prices, sign of weakness on that swing, on that from the low, from that previous day low, 17,425 and a quarter. And then, like I said, you have ES also coming down into the daily open 50.57 and monthly open 50.50. So sign of weakness. So price still in range, but no signs of strength, right? So what I'm really focused on here is since that open, really what we've gotten is a bearish push. All right, so where would we want to buy? We want to buy below daily open. And inside that gap, most likely, if we get that signal 15.5 in 1 minute. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so we are pushing down into that area. Like I said, I want to focus on daily open today, being in this gap as well. Now, if we start to, start to accumulate in this area as well and start to show me something that I can put edge on, then I may play that area. But as of right now, I would only want to buy below daily open if I'm going to buy this. Okay, let's see here. And
scan box, you go, oh, there's my log. Maybe, maybe not. So pay attention to that trend space. So if I have an upward to flat camera.
So just kind of watching the price here. There's not really a feeling of missing out to me. Like I said, this was just the first initial move.
want you to go to that level. Stare down.
Now looking at ES, I feel like it could go down too and touch that 50-55, 50-50 level as well. But we'll see. Take a look at dollar here really fast, just while we have time. Dollar starting to show a little bit of strength. So we'll see what they end up doing there with that. And continue to watch. EU is failing the 1.7 level. So, the bias that I had, I think that on that monthly, if you really look at monthly, weekly Euro USD, that looks like a bullish flag, right? So people see that as a pattern. So I see price basically hanging up there, and then it can eventually fall to 1.2, which would mean we'd probably get that blast on dollar above 1.650s. So I'll keep my eye on that today for sure too. But that does look good in the way the price is coming down. We're coming back into the monthly open for April on Euro USD and obviously on dollar, or excuse me, for May. So, but we're coming into that April monthly open. So let's check that out really quick. Okay, and so as of right now, since that New York open, 5-minute open, 5-minute close, 5-minute open, 5-minute close, 5-minute open, 5-minute close, right? As we're pushing towards the gap. So how I'm focused on this trade at this point is I see the previous day low, which that's where all the liquidity most likely is. I see the previous day high. So we're basically playing intra-range, right? So if you're going to look at this from, this perspective, you don't want to buy, and you want to buy everything below here and you want to sell everything above here, because as price pushes down to the lowers of the day, you're actually in a spot what's called a discount, and everything above this area is a premium, right? Where you could sell price at a higher price to some noob. So we're just waiting on price to push down into that discount area, which is, a good area to gauge it off of is that daily open, right? Now we are feeling that inefficiency, that first one that I like to see. So now it's just going to come down to being patient on my 5-minute, because essentially all I'm getting is, like I said, I'm getting nothing but lower opens and lower closes now. If I can get something to expand and start to build, then maybe I'll start attacking. But as of right now, I need to be patient. Okay. And then looking at all three, just to kind of get a gauge of the market, all three are showing, this relatively the same thing right now, which is good. So.
If I'm saying, hey, my sweet spot, my edges. This week, for the S&P, I'm going to look at single text. So mindset. All right, here's resistance.
Here. So I'm not going to even be looking at this price today, so I'm going to exit that one out. Okay, so now we're getting what I like to see, right? If we can get a 5-minute candle to close higher here, showing me some strength, then maybe. But as you can see, they'll manipulate here, right? Very, aggressively. So right below this level, like I said, we have 17,500. Price likes to go like a magnet to those levels. So until we get 5-minute, something on the 5-minute that shows us that we really would want to enter the trade, I'm just gonna be patient here. Now, when you look at the dailies, right, when it comes to NQ, ES, and YM, I feel like we're in a good daily pullback area to possibly extend up. But they may actually want, when you look at the 4-hour, it almost looks like they want to go a little bit lower first. So it's just going to really come down to just finding that edge.
So that's what I'm looking at. I see there's no price. John has that measure that says around 7. Okay. Cool. Continue to type it on some jobs. So also tomorrow. So I have not but it's not what they're ready. One good job.
So still no 5-minute candles closing, you know. So I just want to show this as well. You know, if I'm a better buyer than seller, so if I was in this buy right now, the only way I would exit this buy is the same way I would want to short it in a sense, right? So like right now, if I had this buy right here, what would make me want to, secure my risk and protect my trade is if that like this push-up candle, basically it closed lower than that push-up candle. So looking at it upside down, same thing. Unless price goes above 17,544, then really I don't really want to look to play it, me personally. I want to wait for that to close, then come back down, then I'll play the area if it's the right area. But if it's not the right area and people play small time frames, they get warped out right here, and then it slips below, right? When you're looking at swing low to the current swing high, it slips below to below daily at my 71% retracement, fills the gap, and then we'll go extend above the range of the day. So we'll see what kind of price action we get on this 5-minute close here. And then this first 15-minute close is key. And then this next 15 minutes will be really key. So I do like that price right there, or how they slipped and filled the inefficiency here, okay? So now let price kind of do this, and you can start possibly framing up something off of this area. So we look up, we've gotten the signal that I like to see. I know the low already, 516s, right? Just by looking down there, I don't have to think about it. That's the perfect way to do this, I believe. And then your take profits will be 17,700s and higher, but we'll just use 700 for now. Okay. So now, and I want to use 2 contracts today. And so now what you're going to do is your stop loss could be this low, or it could be this low, this 17,526 and a quarter, right? So if you want to be very precise, you could use the low 526 and 2 quarters. Okay. So I'm going to kind of frame up in there 26 and 2 quarters. Now I want to see kind of how the price is going to play on the 5-minute here. All right, let me do this here. I want to see how price is going to play on this 5-minute, how it's going to close, if it's ever going to close above this level, because, as it's pushing down right here, this is where you'd want to be buying it, right? So I might grab 1 contract to start here. Now price isn't below daily open, and we haven't officially closed higher here, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer. 840, 845, which could be a little bit of hesitation, but it's all good. So still got some time, as you guys can see here, being not below daily open, and we haven't got the 5-minute closure yet, so I don't need to fill in. Let's fill RMB. Okay. So I'm still not getting that 5-minute signal, right? And so that's why I want to make sure and just kind of be patient. And now we're getting more downside here. So as this is coming to the downside, I do want to just point this out as well. ES, NQ, ES, and all of them at the same time are pushing below, right? So daily open probably is going to be one of the better positions today, I believe. And we will see here soon. As of right now, like I said, still looking at this 15 here. When I'm looking at this 15 as well, one other thing I want to show is, I don't know why this isn't showing up. Let me make sure this comes up, because we want to know where the end of the day is. I thought I'd already marked this, Alt V. Okay, so now we know where that end of the day is, right? We're really starting to see price push down to that daily. So I really want to focus now, being this last 15 minutes. So, okay. So still lower low, lower high, lower low, right? And we're pushing. So I want to show the range of the day from that previous day low. All right, and where targets would be. All right, so this going below here is where I really want to focus. Is that 17,465 area potentially. Now everybody can see the market selling off right now. So as we attempt to push the lows of the day, that's where you'll see a lot of the pivot points, or you'll see the flush of C-toes. All right, so I've just come to realize on these same price levels that this is usually when price does the stuff that I like to see. It gives me the best bounce. So I am going to be factoring in about 2 contracts whenever I do this. I do want to kind of just put it. Is that going to block anything? So right now I don't need to put it on yet because I don't really have what I see. But ES has reached daily open, right? And the stop loss on that is going to be 50.43 3/4, and right now it's at 58. All right, so if you let it push a little bit more, you grab a 10-point risk, most likely. Now price is going to play around right at or below daily open, right? So me personally, I like to see it, threshold through it. All right. When I look at the 4 hours here at the same time, this is definitely a good pullback into the last down candle if it was going to hold. So I need to see that reaction. That's all it really is. And then I know the low on this market right now is daily open. Okay, so if price starts to hold here, I will look to take this trade. My stop loss is going to be 17,488 2/4, or 1/4. Sorry, 488, and what is that? 48 1/4. All right, so if price can engulf right here at this level, then I can take this trade. All right, I want to see it close though. Okay. So I want to see this close. My risk is going to be relatively, high here. So what I'm going to do is actually add 1 contract to start on the pullback, right? So I do like how that's reacting right there. You have ES doing the same thing. The only thing I don't like is that they didn't go below daily open, but they're respecting the open of the day as well. So we'll see if they can fill the gap. We'll see kind of how this 1 minute closes here. So confirmation of candles is the key for me. I'm really trying to be as efficient as I can with doing this. I don't want to waste time. So I like that, but it never closed still above to me. Right, and you need that candle to literally close, not just a wick. I like to see the 1 minute at least close higher. But if not, we're gonna wait for price to go below daily open to look for the signal. Still liking the area here. And then when this, how this is going to close is going to be key for the hour, for the 15 minute, because we're in a good spot, 1 hour, 4 hour. So higher time frame is looking pretty good, and then we could be shooting for high of day. But still haven't got that close above that line. We've got 8 seconds left. Don't want to get clapped playing too early. That's just what it is. So see how we haven't got that close. So we're gonna wait. All right. So invalid order, which is fine. We're in flow right now. All right. Just wait for price to go below daily open. But I don't like to hesitate either. Right. So what I want to see is price hit my point of interest, and after it hits the point of interest, I want to see a fear in missing out move, like prices go on that favor really quickly, and then as it pulls back, that's the areas I like to grab. So as of right now, we're right at daily open. with NQ, and we're at relatively the same area for ES. Okay. So always know that low number down here, right? My number is 17,483s, right? And I'm looking for 10-point risk setups. So don't feel like you've missed the move if price runs, which if you can see it go, right? That's exactly what you want to see. Okay. So we're getting ready. I know my risk, 17,483, 17,483, 83 flat. All right. So right now that risk would be pretty high, and so that's fine. I want to wait for pullbacks to get the best dollar cost average. But I do want to see it working in my favor, right? So okay, so I just want to go to see that. And so now if we can close above that line as we pull back into 17,500s, it makes sense to me. Okay. But now where does my entry need to be if the low is 83, 93, and then 503, right? 513 would be too far. So I want it to be pulling back into this area. So here's the 5-minute close, right? And so right in here, I'm looking for 506 isn't bad. I can take 506. Let's see. I really want the 503, but 506 isn't bad. So just a few points. So now that risk is 83, so 93, 03, and then 13. So pretty good trade here, I think, right? So I'm attacking internal areas like this, potentially. Here, and then New York Open. So if it doesn't work here, I have a small amount of risk to start off, which is fine, right? And we'll wait for price to play a little bit better. But I do think that being right here, there's a good chance that price could push up fairly quickly into the 17,560s. And then looking at ES, there is a reaction on that same area. So now my focus is going to be where's the high of the day, because if price can break that structure or go about 80% of that, then that's going to be a good move for the day. So this is like the high of the day right here. All right, high for today. So we'll kind of see if price can continue to build up and start to attack this wick. That's pretty much the goal. And then breaking past this area would be great. 17,513s up to, even 613s would be great. And then 700s would be even better. So I think as you look at the swing of this move, if this is the buy, going below daily open, you look at the swing, this would be a nice area to be exiting the 71, so 17,680 area, if this can work out.
Short around 535 area here in NASDAQ. Yeah, we're seeing a little structure. Here right now. I think we're gonna get this short out. So if it's the right 4 minutes, see what sets up here. See right after the number. Yeah, random steps number. See how that plays out. Yeah. Let's go out here. That closes as well. Still kind of pretty good.
So I really like how this price is reacting off this daily open from a higher time frame perspective. Like I said, when you're looking at this on a 4-hour as well, we're in a really, really great location potentially if this can work out. Now we just need to read price. But if you look at it like this, right, we came in, we're right in, our entry is right inside that 4-hour last down candle. And we really want this wick, right? We really want to get above 750s, but we'll see how it works out today. And then 15. Let's go back to here. So we'll kind of see how price plays on the 5-minute. But ever since we took that trade, we want to see the reaction on this 5-minute start to go towards these wicks. All right, because if they just start to topple over, then they may go lower first before they do it. But we'll see how this 5-minute opens and closes. And so now it comes down to technicals. As we push higher than this 5-minute, I'm going to secure this trade because he only has one contract on. So my risk on this trade from the entry, essentially, let's just say it was 503, 93, and then 83. So 20 points, about a $400, $500 risk. So you always want to know what 3 times that number is. So let's just say 500. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20, right? So what that means is when I'm up 1,500 or 2,000, that's probably a good day, right? And that keeps me in favorable R&R because um, I'm actually taking, the 3x of what I'm actually risking. Now, ES is still in that, same area on the 15 and 1 hour. So it's in a good spot in the 4 hour too if you're buying at the daily or below. But it hasn't really done the same move to me as NQ here. So I could have done one thing I could have done a little better is just made sure I got that 503 instead of 506. That 3-point difference does make a difference, but not that much. But it does if I have to take another trade for sure. So it looks like they're going to push below daily opens, which is fine. Okay, so that one was a loss, so that's fine. And then we have room for this one more being below daily open, and we wait for that signal. 1.5, 850. So YM had taken those lows, the Asian, and hasn't really 38,200. It's kind of pushing closer to its daily open as well, but we are at daily open on ES, and we are at daily open on NQ. So as we push lower here, we'll see how they present the price. But now that we're below daily open, this is where price actually starts to become even more likely to possibly do what we want to see. So now that we're below, we really want to focus up here. Okay, so we'll see if the signal. So we are back to monthly open here on ES at 50-50. So they may just sell off and take the lows coming in for that previous day low. So I'll be focused there too, because once they swipe that 17,400 level, then you could probably see what's called a bounce play, right? That bounce play could run right back up to New York, or excuse me, New York open or even daily open, obviously. So yes, we're at that half level, so you do want to be watching that. And then this is that previous low right here, and then this is that big liquidity area. So if we can slip the previous day low, that would probably be my second shot of the day for sure if they can do that. So dollar still holding that 4-hour strength right now. And then now these 4 hours are looking a little bit more detrimental, especially ES with that 5,000 open, and then 17,300 on NQ. But we'll continue to watch here and see what we get. We are below daily open, so So we are below daily open, but we haven't broke that 17,450 level yet. So 5-minute close loading here. Let me kind of see this here. So profits are in the sevens. And then stop loss would be the low of the market, so 17,439. 39. 75. Okay, so way too much there with the loss. So I'm just gonna be able to be patient here. As it's running away from that low, right? It's increasing in the risk. So you want to wait until you get this kind of confirmation like this and wait for price to pull back in the area. But 5-minute close is getting ready to load here. Let me see where this is. Okay. So still watching this 15-minute, which has 10 minutes left, and then you're getting lower open, lower close on 5 minutes, and nothing that's really too like helpful, I would say here. And then you do have ES holding that 50-50 level. So
Back on the book, 500.
so no 5-minute strength as of right now. So no, this is pretty much becoming invalid. There's really nothing yet, especially on a 5. And then looking at the higher time frames, the only thing left I would say is maybe they'll take the lows, but we'll read the price here. 906, so 905 to 910, and 910, 915. So even more bearish price right now, right under dollar. Right, so we're not getting any signs of strength as of right now going into, so far since New York Open. And then we're just getting closer and closer to these low of the day. Or the previous day. All three of them are, pretty much pushing lower. $17.4 basically is the previous day low. So I think what we're about to do is slip that area, and then we can have a really explosive day, possibly back up to the upside. We'll see though. So ES is pushing to 50.37 1/4 or 3/4, and it's really moving down. So I do like the 4-hour plays on all.
Unless you start seeing some structure building, I don't know.
So we're gonna slip that liquidity. So as soon as we slip this liquidity, I'm ready. Because as soon as we do that, like I said, we have a really high chance to, you know, continue back up. So there it is. We just slipped that liquidity. We've hit the previous day low. So on technicals, right, we just made a lower low. And so now let's see what we can find possibly. It just tapped the stops of all the people from yesterday, right? That were in this huge move for the upside right here. So always want to know now if I'm getting ready to enter that low. And then this was from 905 to 910. So I want to be really watching this area right now, the way that 5-minute moves. Okay, so stop losses would be 17,386. 6 and a quarter. And take profits would be 700s. All right, so we're looking at something like that if we can frame up. And so now on the 5-minute, it would be tough to get the signal because it'd be all the way up here. So you'd have to play waiting on this and come back down. All right, so it's a little bit more dangerous, but it is below the lows of the day. So we'll see what we can get here. I just really like that 4-hour, how they hit that area and just pop those stop losses. And then the timing, you know, this 5-minute candle is going to go from 9:10 to 9:15. So if we get the signal right, like right in here, price comes back up, then it's not that bad of a risk, honestly. So really, really nice reaction from that 50-36 area as well on ES. So want to see this candle possibly close, and then if we can push closer to what am I stop? So if we can push close to like 406, 17,406 or 17,416s, I'd probably take that trade. So don't want to buy the market as it's, you know, flying. I want to do it when it's coming back. Now it's going to be about the location. It's either going to be in the open, so 23, or I want to get, like I said, 13s. So
One of the things that I is if the zone gets defended, you can stay there for hourly candle after hour, candle after hour, candle after hour, candle getting retested, which is why.
So halfway of that candle would be like 13, 16, and 16 would be a 30-point risk, which I really don't want to do that. So.
When you see it, is there something else happening additionally that potentially shows that collapse, or how do you know?
Not really. I just feel like the word up against us, the more stops. And it's just
So ES from that reaction is up about 10 points. So if it reacts from here, then that's fine. That was right in the 20 level as well. So what's the low on this? 74.1 and a quarter.
Sometimes that isn't quite the case. And yesterday was a clean example of yes.
So the way price was reacting, it looks really good. I mean, from that reaction, that looks. And so if I don't see it any more clear than what I just seen right there here in the next 2 minutes, then I'll wait for like 9:30, or I'll wait for the last 15 minutes of 9 going into 10, and those first 15 minutes of 10. But I think I kind of hesitated right here, because that risk was gonna be, oh, so what is that? Because that order was the low was too low for me in a sense, but that might be a move right there. Right at 17,400 exactly. So um, as they push up on this 5 minute candle, they close higher than that last area that they dumped, then there may be a chance after that. So uh we'll wait for the digital pool. And so this 5 minute close is right here. All right, this 15 minute close is here. So we just got that. So now what we want to see is how they're going to play from here. And so I do want to move this just for a second, just because I want to kind of get an idea of what the trade looks like. 15 minute open bearish, close bearish. All right, so how this one plays would be key. Yeah, so I may have just missed on that, unfortunately, right now. Because it's already taken off exactly from the area and the 20 level, like I like to see it right off the candle. I wanted to see it after it closed higher. So closed higher, then push back. 23s probably used 400 as your stop loss. The body closers here, like right here. So that would only be a 23-point risk. To just break these highs makes a lot of sense. So let's see if they can break this 5 minute high though right here. All right, because if they can break that 5 minute high, they can start to secure more of this in these inefficiency areas, right? Price could basically like pop up, pull back, and then maybe we would get another chance to hit that trade. But right now, I'm just being patient. Because you're still not, if you would have took this trade here, right? If you take this trade right off the open here, you're waiting for this 5 minute candle to close higher and then start to either do that and continue up to take out more highs.
Just like that, it was like 68 in past just it's back up to 67. So I think some traders are taking off a little bit of the long state.
The 4 hours look like great positions. They just kind of slipped below the liquidity. So we'll kind of see how they do it here. Okay.
51.50 makes the call. However, we trimmed it down just a little bit at 51.50. That place rejected.
Yeah, we haven't really. Now we're kind of seeing signs since we took the previous day lows. But we'll really be able to see if these 5 minute candles can actually push higher here. So we'll kind of just wait here. Fast forward, I usually like to look at the best setups between the first 15 minutes of the hour, so like 9 to 9:15, and I'll come back and kind of evaluate what's going on here at 9:30, and then I like to lock in from 9:45 to 10, and then 10 to 10:15, and then the same thing for 10:30, right? And it kind of goes like that until 11:15. price is just really stretched. I mean, there's not really much I can do. I'm just kind of being patient. I'm gonna take some notes here on price 845, 850.
So you said you were exhausted by the end of the day.
I thought so.
Big trading, big trading. Closer to NASDAQ, some stuff over just beneath, I would say.
Certainly looks like a washout.
What's the watch out there?
Everybody just capitulates in that moment and all the stops get hit and then the shorts pile in, but don't have the strength for all the demand lows. And so the demand takes over and it's just a wash. Stops and then entry. So that's what I wash out. But I'm not really sure if that's a term, but it just looks like everybody just moves out of the way, or clears their decks and says, all right, let's.
I do have some influence. See, in the S&P is not so much of the NASDAQ. You guys see this. This about 5038, we call that it's negative. We can from back here to make that the response. Yes, and the response in the afternoon back excited in the afternoon back 54%. Second.
Nice, thank you.
Some stuff for the or NASDAQ as the trade. Could be. Help test me. Let's see. 45 is the volume.
Where the control is.
1745. Today's
That's
So price is holding pretty well right in that area from that 17.4 bounce, but like I said, I'm not in there, so just taking some notes here. 19, 15.
I know.
So yeah, I missed that 17.4, unfortunately. So maybe we'll get some kind of fill after this 5-minute closes, but yeah, price reaction beautiful. So I mean, right now it's just I would be chasing it, trying to grab it, right? Anywhere outside of this area here. And as price was coming up and kind of hitting inside that 50% of that 5 minute candle, that would have been the only other order. And then using 17.4 as your stop loss or this previous low 21.25. So like I like to use the structural lows. Price reaction, beautiful after low sweep. I really think that they set a low because when you look at the 4 hour, those were beautiful sweeps of liquidity inside of big down candles. So I think that those lows are in and they're gonna run the highs here. So I don't want to, like I said, they're running, they're taking off at this point. 15's getting ready to engulf. 5 minute has already, crossed that high, and we're back above daily open. So, anything below daily open, right? Maybe you put your risk here at the 17,437.75, which would be still internal liquidity. So I don't like it as much. But technicals, you are getting ready to get that 5 minute structure break. So yeah, that's kind of tragic, salty. And so looking at all three, they had a beautiful reaction, which was 50.36.25 for ES, which was fire right outside the range, and then price reacted beautifully. And then YM obviously kind of went through its internal range as well, and reacted really nice too. So we'll see how these candles close.
I'd be concerned about shorting that space. What is your thought? Watch that volume, what it control so quickly.
It's that rejection there. I mean, that is.
So you really, like I said, you do have that 5 minute strength. So as price pulls back below daily open, that'd be the only place I would want to buy. Because as of right now, it's like unless you have that area 17.4 between there and 20 level, like right in here, on that first touch, I would say that that would be it. Liquidity capture. I mean, the only liquidity open now is the high of the day, right? Previous day high. I mean, obviously on higher time frames, lower prices, but
Against the friction of price, the anticipation of capitulation occurred. And those folks and the delta to have to go, cow, I gotta get out of my position. And tries to work a bit higher.
Yes. Yes.
so that was a smooth, 5, 10, 15 minute 100 point move, right? But they still haven't really broke that structure yet, right? When that 5 minute closes higher than 17.5, there's a chance that, like I said, as it comes back down into that range, or maybe a setup, because you're getting that 15 minute engulfing above daily open here in 50 seconds as well. So maybe in that last 15 minutes of 9 going into the first 15 minutes of 10, there'll be something that, comes back into this area. But as of right now, I mean, I seen the area, just hesitated and didn't take it. So I'd rather, be in this position than to be hacking away at it. But see where these close. And ES was, like I said, all three of the futures were a really nice rejection. And then looking at dollar index, it's still kind of just, let me look at that one. Still has those equal lows at 105.50 to me. So, boom. Good 5-minute closes right now. You got higher open, higher close, higher open, higher close, higher open, higher close. All right. So now if it just can break, it didn't close higher than that whole level. Okay, so that 15 and 5-minute price is very bullish on both. And I'd say when you look at ES, let me take a look at this here. So it's good. Now ES is the one I like because it actually has already closed 15-minute pretty much higher high. So you could essentially be taking an order off 50.61 using like 50.48 as your stop, but it's just like, damn, they're pushing the price so fast and leaving inefficiencies to where it's like you can't get in unless you try to play a tight position like this, which I'm not going to do. So it's frustrating, honestly. But yeah, that ES, I mean, it's already up. Let's just say you got 50.40. You know, already up 20 points on that. So that 5-minute is successfully breaking structure. So yeah, that 17.4 area was fire. Fire. So that level was definitely key today. So yeah, 17.4. I mean, ever since that level, it's been a beautiful reaction, and nothing's really changed. So 4-hour candle starts 3 hours before it closes. So this could just be a pump up on that 4-hour if you really look at that to go into those last up candles to then fail, and then push lower. So I'm not, gonna be patient here. Got the little bullishness here. Frustrating. What's going up? Give us a chance to get in. So wanting to see if that 5 minutes actually gonna close higher, because then that may give us a chance. If it was to do something like this and come back into the area to then go higher, that would be more realistic to get in. But to get in now, as prices already going up, you're susceptible to the low of the day, halfway at this point. So it's just too much. Okay. Okay. So looking at all three of them, and they're all three, and you're looking at like 1 hour, 4 hour, 15s. All three futures assets are moving up on bullish momentum. So now that we've got that structure break, right, and we're coming into the real snipe window time, I'm going to definitely be evaluating the 17.4 level if we can come back down into it. Because this is what I like to see more than anything, is that 5 minute close higher and then confirm so that I can start setting a low. And we want to see that go below daily open. That'll give us more confluence playing inside the 15 minute, probably 50% area. So let's just kind of mark that up. Here's the 50% area for that. So that price level is going to be like 17,470s possibly. All right. So if you start to see that retracement, off the 17,450s area, 460s, 470s, this may be a chance under daily open to attack to the highs if price continues to print the right way. Be patient though. And I really like how ES is really printing it. Matter of fact, let me see here really quick. I like how that really is printing. ES looks really clean. You have your low of 50.36, so you count up 10 points, you'd be like 46. 20 points would be 56, which would be too much with one contract. You're risking $1,000. That's crazy. But this looks good, so be patient. So to me, price is still suppressed. It's not like breaking out one way or the other yet. It's still kind of being held. And so we do have, let's take a look at this one more time. We have a lot of news tomorrow, unemployment rate, so be patient here. All right, move all through here. So we want to see how this 5 minutes going to close going into this last 15 minutes of the hour, because if it keeps continuously holding like this, where you're seeing here, like on this level, if that continues to stay, all right, then that's bullish because it already broke that technical. It could potentially be bullish, but especially if it bounces off 17.5. So I really want to see how that's going to close. Now, if it starts to break down above daily open, it goes like this and comes back, I might end up actually shorting this market down to take out these low of the day buyers that bought the jackknife. Just depends. because I'm a better buyer than I am seller, and so now I'd want to see it come right back in that same area below daily open.
Start stepping up there. Let's get mine. See somewhere. It's now it's 62% short, so higher. Delta really starts to price action that might fade to the downside, and I think we see Nashville tipped back to positive delta and into the congestion of that 4-hour formation.
Jack lost the price action.
Just looking at this area and seeing how much that risk would be, 22 points, because it's starting to break down, right? So when you really look at it, you go at market, you're gonna get the price that you get. So the way it's breaking down, like I said, close right there lower, and then I start to tap that 17,500 level again. I'll definitely be watching this here. And so that risk, looking at that right now, that stop loss that I have set. And so that would be too much of a risk in this type of area. But if I would have hit it on the tap, I think I would have definitely grabbed it. Pushing back into the area back below daily open. Looking at the other two, we have already taken the low of the day, so that's the only thing makes me want to look at this a little bit more. But if I was gonna frame up something, it would have looked like this. So 15-minute never closed higher high. The only one that did was this one. So this could be this could end up being the move, selling above daily open like that to continue. I'm not for sure though. I kind of hesitated again, so I'm gonna wait. But looking at all of them, like I said, I would like to see this actually give me that better buy price that I wanted initially.
So
But to be patient here. So nothing is really showing strength at this point. They're all starting to fall off, which is pretty good. And that's where I would say, like, taking that jackknife buy, just at the lows, as soon as it went up and closed higher than that 5-minute, that's an entry. So I am going to focus right here. 17,450 is that level I like. So where's that 5-minute really quick? Because I wanted to get inside the 15-minute certain area too. 450s. Basically. Let's see what time it is. So 9:40 to 9:45, and then maybe we'll get from 45 to 50 a little bit lower. And I'd rather play the lower extremity of everything. And I'm gonna buy it. So And so looking at ES, it's not looking very strong on that 15. So it's, we'll see it testing the half level again too. So these lows 17, 17,438 and a quarter. 17, 438, a quarter. Okay, take profits obviously gonna be 700. Okay, let's see here what we're getting. So 5 minutes since that area, that break of structure after the push up, lower open, lower close, lower open. So this is basically going to be the 945 to 950 candle. And so I'm going to redo this again. No 15-minute close higher. So this, 17,500 level is holding pretty well. And then ES is looking bearish as well in that 15. So $438 and a quarter. So I just gonna keep watching this area. 438 and a quarter. Okay. So if they can slip that area, then I definitely want to play it. That's what I want to wait for here. Slip down a little further. And like I said, this 5-minute candle where it opened and where it closes will be key. Okay, so I do like that level. Take profits will be good. Okay, so I want to see it kind of pull down into this area one more time. So I get a little bit better dollar cost average there. So basically like the open of this candle is like 66, let's say. Okay, I'm glad I switched that because I was tripping. So that might have taken off again, dude. Damn. And it's below daily open, so it's already too late. Damn it. God damn. I missed. But so obviously this area is holding really nice inside the 5-minute candle. So damn, I mean, if I missed that one, then that's probably it for so I'm not, I'm still doing good, and it's not like we took a trade and messed up or something, but just missed that entry. Shit. So now price is pushing back above daily open. So that to me is invalid based off of the 4 market phases to try to take a trade. You don't want to buy it now as it's pushing up. This is what most people are going to do. All right. So with this, 945, 940 to 945, it pushed back in the area. And now you're seeing the transition from, 945 to 950. If it closes back above, then that's kind of showing you like, oh shit, this 15-minute might work out. ES 50-50 might work, and etc. Right. So to factor into this, you could use this low on this market right here, 444 and a quarter, right, and try to get your buy under the market open, 444 and a quarter, 444 and a quarter. And you'd want that buy to be below the market open. This would be 700s. Okay. And so that buy market. So that's above market right now. So that's not what you want. So now this becomes a 5-minute stack candle. So if it can close higher here and come back, then I can still use this risk. What's the low on here? 444 and a quarter. So the open of this candle is also, wow, the open is 95. Wow. So that might be this might just be a miss, it's okay. But it's just I've hesitated twice today that I could have taken that. First to the 17.4, now we had the confirmation of 5-minute high, and we played the 50%, 450 quarter level. Like, come on, dude. What's going on? ES bounced off the 50-50 level really nice. So that's probably the midi right there, guys. I mean, shit. Frustrated. I wanted that one. So reframing up a move here. Let me look at this here. So at daily open, stop loss would be here. Don't want to do 40 points. So it'll have to be like right in here. And then I'm looking to go higher here, right? So make this down to a 20-point risk. So I think I'm gonna attempt it right here. As a mark. Come on, dude. The stop loss at 17,467. 67. All right. Let's see if we can get below daily open here. And then take profits are gonna be in the 700s. What time is it? 51. Nice timing.
Yes.
This is from 50 to 55. So want to get that open in that 5-minute candle. Now my risk is that the body closure of this candle, which price could reach. You know, it definitely could reach a little bit, but I don't want to hesitate on this 5-minute play. And then, like I said, targets are going to be just getting above the highs, even 650s. Filling the 50% of the imbalance would be nice. So let me see how much that imbalance is. Would be like 650s. So I need to mark that level to see if it'll work out. $17.60s. 74. Yeah, so we'll see how this works out. But looking for this to hold this, basically this stack candle here. Like this. And to continue off that bounce, basically. But they may want this to go lower into here, which would be, you know, like for today. But I don't want to risk to 17.44, so too far. Just want to see the tap and go here, 15-minute candle here, and close bullish and start attacking the range higher, New York open at least. So we can close here above 17.5 and break through on this 5 and 15 and attack that London Open, basically 17,550s as well. And I think we could push up to that New York Open and 17,600 price. But if not, then we may come right down to where I have that risk, unfortunately, hit that area and then go. Which will be fine too, unfortunately. But looks like an accumulation to push out potentially here, but this 5-minute price is gonna Can't, you know, it can't, I don't want to say that, but you don't want it to reject the 17,500 level here. That price wasn't below daily open, so 5-minute close is coming right here, so you want to see it start showing some strength. 15-minute close has 5 minutes, so still not getting above that 500 level yet. If we can just really push that 500 level, then that would be great. Previous day high is 17,800, so it's about 300 points away from here. And then the halfway point would be 650s. So entries are at like basically what, 17.5, 17,495. So we'll see. ES looks pretty strong too. We can just, like I said, this next 5 and 15-minute candle can push up before down. Then I think we could go higher for a little bit. As you can see here on NQ, we're having a hard time at 17,500. So they may want to attack this 1 minute, 5-minute swing one more time before they go. I like how 15s look though. All right, let's push higher here. It's all about candle closures, right? If we don't get these even 1 minutes right now, if we don't get candle closures above 17.5 here, I'd be like, no. And essentially, you can see sell stop. That's where my interest should be from that other one. When we looked right here, I should have been playing, putting my stops here, which it's okay. And then we're looking for that 1 hour to close bullish above 17.5 as well. Because then I think if we can close bullish on the 1 hour on ES and NQ, I think we could at least go take the high of the range high of the day, which would be like 17,620s up there. So we'll see. We are printing above 17.5, which is good. So just printing above that point of interest now, 17,537 London Open would be the next best bet. And then, obviously our liquidity is at where people went short at New York Open and their stop losses are all tight. So let's see if we can run them.
Yesterday's session, 62 there.
So ES is looking pretty strong at the same time here, printing 15-minute candle back above daily open. So that's a good sign. So if we can just, like I said, if we can run the highs out on the market here today, as soon as we exit this range, I'll probably exit the trade. Because still going to be a good day, green day, it looks like potentially. But there's just so many things to clean up, like the bounce play at 17.4. Not so upset about missing it, because it would have been definitely like throwing a dart in the dark. But at this, where I am a little bit more upset, I'm not upset because I don't want to be upset in the marketplace, but where I could have made a better decision was when it did give me my 5-minute signal and it pulls back. Instead of my stop loss being here, this should be my entry of my stop here. All right. And so still works out right now from what we're seeing. And if we can get this 15-minute to close bullish and continue to attack New York, then great. So pretty good management right now, unless price just kapoots out and dies on me. And then looking at these entries on like a 4 hour, if you have 17.4, I mean, that's a fire entry with the liquidity grab. So really good push here. We're back into, positive day. So we can just push the range highs. And like I said, we should do pretty well today still, potentially. Now, a couple of things I want to focus on is This is daily open. This is my sell stop. Okay, I thought that was no risk. I was like, what? Is now on the 5 minute because I play 15 5-minute price action. Is when we broken a 5-minute high away from my area, one pullback and one more break. I would think that we're probably good to taper this trade off. Right, the entry would have been better. That would have been great. But you also want to know this number here and kind of have an idea. So 15-minute close really quick, closing strong on all three. And I feel like those range highs will just be a target today. I really do. But we also want to know where 80% of the range is for today. So range high to the range low, about 80% would be right here in this last up candle. So you definitely want to be secure if that price does rally up just these two more deviations up, like to 71%, 78.6, right? If it comes up into those areas, then you definitely want to protect the trade that's this high. But not bad of an entry when you look at it from here. 5-minute push, you grab the open, it goes higher. Not bad at all, honestly.
Still running.
So I do like how the price looks as of right now. If it can continue on 5-minute higher open, higher close, and then how this opens. And then we are in the, that 1 hour close was bullish. So I do want to show that really quick here. 1 hour closes on all, right? So for the 9, right, to 10 was bullish, 9 to 10 was bullish, right? So now if we can get one more bullish candle, I would say, if we can get one more bullish candle, then we only have 3 hours left essentially on the 4-hour candles. All right, so if we can get this, this push here to go break the highs, I think we have a really good trade on our hands for today. So I'm looking to gain about, what is it going to be? Around 1,600 to 1,800 if it breaks these highs. Minusing that loss was like a 450 or 500. I'll have to look at the numbers. So I want to do 3 times that number. So I need to do anywhere over 1,500 to 1,300 today if it breaks these highs. Otherwise it'd be a losing day. So right now we're just kind of unrealized until we get there. I like NQ price the most on 15 to rally faster, and then ES is kind of showing like it may want to play inside the down candles and daily open one more time, but I like the push away that we have here for NQ. And I'm gonna have to change this daily open color because that's gonna mess with my stop loss areas. So I'm gonna switch that color later, but right now we're good. So what I'm gonna do actually right now is just I know the difference because I can't even tell the difference. We're gonna do that just to make sure I remember. It's a really good day so far, I believe, as of like how I bounced back after one small loss. But I did today, like when you look at your DRC, what can you improve on? The day's not over yet. We haven't even broke on the open, but where I can improve on is I've been patient. I've been patient though for the setup. So now I like how ES is building now, and YM is just crushing to that 38,300 and higher. So it'll really come down to, will the sells come into the marketplace here at points of interest, right? So now that we've reached point of interest, right here, if price was to come back down, right, and come back to my entry and take me out, so be it. But if it was to come lower than that, I wouldn't really want that. You know what I mean? So might reduce this risk down to basically daily open here. Because if it comes any lower and fills this area, I'd like to be available to take another trade instead of getting stopped out for a bigger loss. All right, so we're at about a 1 to 2 if this was, this risk, a brand new trade, let's just say essentially. So I'm just gonna be patient here. First 5-minute close loading here. It looks like higher open, higher close, higher open. So now you're thinking about technicals and structure. Once it breaks this area, like I probably won't risk on this trade just because of the location of it today. I'll reduce the risk down to daily open here. So as soon as we can close higher, so you're watching all the price action here, right? You're watching here, watch when they swipe this area 17,555, right, which is basically breaking 5-minute structure and attempting to come back into your last up candle on the 15, which is a very key reference point where price could sell off if it doesn't do it right here. All right, so if you see the push through, then I'm gonna trail the risk and secure the bag, right, or secure the trade, and then see if we can go ahead and push on throughout the range high. Good 5-minute, 5-minute right there. So from 10 to 10:05, good strength, and now we want to see if we can continue that and break through this candle. But just in case, you know, they make it to where I need to make another trade, I'm gonna go ahead and secure this down to basically daily open here. All right, because if they come back below that, I could re-enter with this, and this would be not such a. I don't want it to like go all the way past. I'd like to play under that area below daily open if it works out. Because if I move my risk right back down to here, 443, I mean that's almost 40, you know, 30, 40 points. That's way too much. All right, so understanding like you know where we're at for the day, you know, price could easily come back down and hit this area, and stop it out, and then I'd re-enter with a better risk potentially. Yeah. And I literally want it to be like, all right, I want it to be 94. So right into that candle. Just to give it a little bit of room, but this is like our trap candle on the 5, if we see this all the time. All right, so we want to see how it plays through this level. The order block, right, area in the middle of the trade. So if we can push up, like I said, technically through this level, then I think we have a higher chance to go attack this wick right here. And then ES is showing that strength, so that's good signs right now on the 15. So from the highs, we're about almost 100 points, or a little like 90 points away from the highs. So that's pretty good pricing. YM super bullish to me. I just think that my location might be a little sketch on here today for NQ. So hopefully we can get this push a CTO to the upside here. So good push right there. And you know, you're wanting, it's all about candle closure. So like I want to see in 18 seconds this candle closing higher than that candle right there. I want to see like what we're seeing right here, 17,555s, price pushing into those areas, and then 5-minute open, 5-minute close, 5-minute open, and that's all strength, right, to attack this, right, because that's where people put their stop losses. We're looking at this like a game, guys. Now, like I told you, you've got to be thinking like a crook here almost. Where would sells come in, right, on the swing of the day? They could come in right in the open of this candle, right? This is the end of your day. It's your last up candle, 76 retracement, right? So you definitely want to, you know, probably go risk off. You know, here's my rule that I like to use: protect, trail, or pay yourself at point of interest. All right, protect, trail, or pay yourself at point of interest if price is in your favor, right? Because most of the time we're looking for this range high to be broken. But what happens? Price will come back to New York, come back to 80%, 80% or 76% of a swing, and then we lose out on a major trade, right? So here, what I'm going to be looking for is, yes, I am looking for the push through, but if they kind of start to reject anywhere at that New York open, you know, if I had 2 contracts on, I would drop a contract right at that area, no matter what, and then let price go ahead and push the highs. But today I'm going to be managing it a little bit more. And at the same time, I do want to bring up asset correlation here. So I'm looking at NQ rally up to the range high. I'm looking at ES to the range high. And I'm looking at YM. Now, here's the real key. The big move yesterday is a lot higher, right? The big move is a lot higher, right? So for them to go, you know, take this liquidity and then maybe reach could be something that definitely happens today. potentially, but you don't want to just take yourself out of the opportunity, right? So we did get past the order block. We did technically make that new high on the 5 minute. And so now our next target is that New York open price. It's a really good price here. I like how we're moving. I like ES. I like YM. How they're moving.
Very nice. Very nice. Felt great there. All right, so we're going down.
So we are in that area like I was talking about. Now our focus is like, what if you didn't have a buy? Where would you sell it? This would be the area. So, you know, to me, I just think looking at a 5 minute, potentially that we could rise right above these highs and hit that 650 level. That would be, you know, pretty nice after taking the low. Doesn't mean they have to though, right? But you're getting until you get a sign otherwise, right? And like right now, you know, from this area here, it's essentially bullish now, right? When you look at it. So I like to mark this box here. So we pushed bullish out of the order block area potentially, but we're above point of interest. So as of right now, I still think until, you know, price would show me something else at the higher open, higher close break of structure. Now price comes back below this 5 minute area, I secure this trade because then it could easily just fall down, right? Filling the 50% imbalance here, coming up and trying, you know what I mean? I'd like to see it at least touch that candle though, right? At least touch that open. So okay, so 15s on all three looks still pretty strong. YM looks like she'll take the highs before anything. So we'll have to see here.
Nice trade there, Isaac. Isaac will be joining us for Coach's Takeover this afternoon. 15 as well. Monday traders take price. Monday trader.
And I just want to identify this area too, like to understand, right? This is an imbalance now. Right. So imbalances, once they expand in price, they can be filled. Right. So people think, oh damn, why am I getting stopped out? It's like, well, your order is probably trash. It's not when price is pushing down and you're just basically getting mitigated out of your position because you bought when price is going up. So just being patient here. We have a 5 minute close in 2 minutes, so quite a bit of time. And then now this is kind of like, I believe, the structure of the day until proven otherwise, right? On small time frames. That's kind of what we're looking at, right? That's the new swing from here to here. So you'd want, from a Fibonacci retracement perspective, you would want this to stay above that 50%. And from trading this long enough, like I said, you don't, to me personally, the most important area right now is going to be the 5 minute this 5 minute candles open. Because if it breaks lower than that, I probably need to secure the trade.
So help track on that price resolution that says, hey, gold is sold, ready to north the top.
A lot of good nuggets today, honestly. And I still think they both have some ES, especially in NQ, have some room to go here on this 15 and 1 hour. And then dollar index, man, oil's falling and gold, yeah, oil's falling away from 80 pretty well. So don't really like how we're seeing here on the price. I like the 1 hours though, so just gonna be patient.
Something like just mind ranger and they can show finding places. Find them that are near here because you want to do.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem. That's why we're sitting in that decisive stuff, because we really are looking at spaces in can't engage.
So good price right now on the 15 and 5 is where I'm really focused, right? And then looking at 4 hour, 1 hour of all three here to my left, and just the momentum of the markets are pushing. So like I said, we can push on through to 650s. Our entry is like basically 500, so it'll be 150 points times $20. Pretty good. So I like that. I like how prices, where it's at. Now the question is, like I said, we're at a 71% retracement. Can we continue getting 5-minute opens and closes bullish, and not 1 minute structures breaking down? Right now, when you look at ES, we've closed above London Open now, so we still have a little bit more room. We have about 6 to 8 points to get back into that last up candle. But if they start to fail here, like I said, the better buy might get added on here. So watching all of them, this is an area where you have to be patient. So it's 10:15. We just got that 15-minute candle to close higher like that. So now between now and 10:30 is very important that if they're going to pop the highs, I would want to see it personally, because I'm usually done trading by 11:15 a.m. Central Time Zone. I would want to see them do this like right around that 10:30 time. All right, because if they're going to fail it, this would be a great area to start letting it down too. So YM looks like it's going to take those 15-minute highs, and there's no sign of weakness on ES right now on the 15. So kind of want to just show them both really quick while we have a second. So when you look at both, all right, all together, this looks good. They both swept the lows here, and we're getting 15-minute strength across the board, right? So one more push of CTO, like I said, between now and 10:30, I think that we may see some more upside here out of these assets. But they are kind of, at that level where they could, retrace. So just really focused here. So I don't like how that price is kind of like pushing at that 71% retracement. But like I said, it's going to come down to how this 5-minute looks. So if we start, pushing on this 5-minute open right here, then I'll secure the trade and let it play out. If we just continue to never even come back into this area, right, then we're fine. All right, so if you look at this subjectively too, you can kind of see like, okay, they started to go back down, then it may start coming back closer to the entries. So focus here.
Something to be said about pushed up, got on. Give me that bizarre how was gonna power that happened.
So they're all kind of showing a little bit of weakness now here. So we're focused right here. Okay, it's 5-minute candle where it closes. If it goes all the way down, 4:37 and closes this and breaks that low, price will start getting weak and I'll secure the position. If price, holds, especially this blue area almost, essentially like this, it can hold that area and stay, continuing higher, then nothing's really wrong to me. But I don't like how that looks. That's not really what you want to see. It could come and test that area again. So let's see how it closes. 3 seconds. Bam. It did close above the area. So if it goes any lower from here, then and goes below this, then that's not good to me. So right now we're fine.
That's the piece upside.
Now, like I said, I want to see this based on the times I trade by 10:30. That would be really nice to see these 620s, 17,620 highs pop. That'd be really, really nice. And then 5090 on ES would be, pretty nice. So there's, in the 15s, in the 1 hours, YM is screaming. Those 1 hours are still looking pretty bullish. So this could be a slight pullback, but it's just the location of the trade today is a little bit more difficult to manage. So you have to definitely be pretty technical, I believe, here.
Just snap into 540.
Yeah, so see how it's starting to break. I don't like that as much. So
Just
and then what we're looking at on that 1 minute is going to be that same area, right? But we're looking at like this swing here. So if that 1 minute was to break lower than that, it's going to definitely come back into that area. But you're really focused on 5 minute closers, though. You don't want to do it early and then it take off on you, right? So if they can close lower than that, I'll probably secure that trade. I think I'll still end up having a green day even with the loss for sure where that is. And that's fine just as well. So that's starting to break down, but it's still holding the small time frame imbalance. So this is like your imbalance area right here, right? Inside that smaller time price action. So you're reading, from here to here. And if it can hold at point of interest and never closes lower here, then it could just go run for the New Yorkers. But I don't like how that 5 is starting to look. The 15s are looking kind of weak here. So definitely going to move it up here, just in case. And now that closes like that, then it's just kind of like, well, really not much you can do. It starts to break down. You could come in and start looking for your shorts, but for me today, based off what I've been able to do, I would stick with this. So 5 minutes going to close. Let's see how this, basically from 20 to 25, let's see how it closes, and then see if it'll hold this in the trade. What I really care about is how this 5 minute closes below London Open. I may essentially get out.
That's trading money in the system. So if you're exploiting trade bridges, right? Otherwise, it's a zero sum game. And so in that space, if you want to trade, whether it's small or short, you have to respect risk perspective.
5 minute close looks pretty good with that 1 minute price action holding at point of interest. So, see how this next 5 minute candle opens, right? 15 still hanging up there on all three. So,
It's just
still not a closure below that level.
setups that this to affect your logically frame out trades in your present and your future. This is my experience.
Trades that you don't take, they see our big winners, those already know sometimes. You have to have the plan, and that's what they tell you. Here's fine.
So those 15s look good. The 1 hour still printing bullish. So it's really gonna come down to, like I said, these candle closures in these areas. Like I said, this 5 minute can go even one time below here and close. I just don't like it. But that 1 minute never even broke structure yet. So we'll see how this price area plays. Price is kind of breaking down here. So the other two, their 15s are kind of breaking down at that right area, right above point of interest. So now that's the 1 minute break of structure, and the 5 minutes starting to get weak in that area, right? So your 5 minute low to your 5 minute high, they can definitely come back into this area. Yeah, so that price is breaking down. So the location of this trade is just going to be tough, just because they could just fill this resistance support area right here, or they could come down and tap me out and literally be and go on about their way. So we'll see how they play right here. And then the 15 minute is engulfing on ES. So I think I'm gonna close it down for today, but see, I have the risk off, so. Just looks like it wants 17,500 a lot more. So, I'm not for sure. They may end up going right back below daily open one more time and getting an entry down in here. So, we'll see here with this 1030. So good reaction off that imbalance on the 5 and 1 minute imbalance that like working together here. I'll kind of show that real quick. So this is like that 1 minute imbalance right here. And then that's also that 5 minute imbalance. So if price can react from this area, great. but if not, then they'll probably come down first. And then we're coming up on a 15-minute close as well, so it's not looking too strong. 15-minute close on all of them are kind of pushing back into the accumulation areas. So we could definitely push more, unfortunately, here. So we got the close coming right here. So let's see how this closes. This is that first candle to actually close lower than that area. So it looks like ES could push back below daily open a little bit more still. But we'll see here. I'm gonna take that to if it gives me a chance to pop up one more time. Let's take the 5. So I don't want to take another trade today, and doesn't look like it's gonna pop up out of this area. Kind of tight here. Breaking lower. They're all breaking a little bit lower, so I'm gonna take what it's gonna give me here, and then I'm gonna look for one more position here. That might be a little bit early. Let me check the numbers for today, though. Okay, so that reduced my risk down for the day. So like basically what I'm seeing is they could definitely come back possibly in this last 15 minutes of the hour. Otherwise, they're gonna sell off. Okay, so now it's like my only focus is gonna be this candle here. And going below daily open. And then you can see ES at the same time is gonna do the same thing. So just that low is so far, 17,444 from that entry is way too far, but so looking at those 1 hours, we closed bullish above those whole levels, and then we've started to fail. Right. So I think we're kind of in a pullback spot for this 15s. Just kind of getting some of that internal liquidity. Now, if they can go below and go into this imbalance here, I could probably play that position potentially. But let me see here. So I do like this area. That's what I'm saying. It's just like frustrating. I understand what they're doing. I'm a little frustrated, guys. Because that daily open area, I think it's perfect. It's just you have to use that stop loss placement. So a little frustrated. Because like I said, I know that it's not gonna, if it wasn't gonna come below daily open, I could have left my wrist right here for a small loss, but it's this low. Yeah. 17,488, a quarter. Big profits, 700.
Trade rate, you are locked from 17,500. What is your risk? What is your profit?
Okay, so 5 minutes we're gonna close. The low in this market is 48. All right, so that's quite a bit of risk, but I'm back to positive for the day. So I can definitely be open to take this trade.
Suggestion. And so that's, that's my thought about why you are around that fight.
So
524 zone. So I'm still.
ES is bouncing off that daily open perfectly right now, and we're in a right spot, I would say, for NQ as well, but not really seeing any signs on that 5 minute yet. And then this 15-minute close has about 10 minutes. So, all right, there's still a lot of room under here. It's like inside this 5 minute area below daily open. So,
It allows you to correct and just get a bit of cushion through the day as it goes up.
all right, so
Two lots and end up making a fair bit of cash. Very wise about risk. End up making 10 or 15 round trips. Sound 5 a little bit wrong. They're still
another open in this candle, 17,520 3/4. All right, so if price does go higher, I would look to grab that, like a risk of where this level is. Which would be like the 48.25. What's the open again? Wow, that's really too much. Like 30.8. Mm-hmm. 17,520, all right there. So just looking for one more order. Mm-hmm. So no 5 minute strengths. Lower open, lower close, lower open. This one has about a minute, lower close. So I want to move this back just to kind of have an understanding of this is the actual swing low to swing high range, a small time range right now. And then what that looks like here on the 5 minute, 50% of that candle is inside the inefficiency here. So maybe one more before the session's up. Longer session today. Like I said, right now I'm a few dollars in profit after the loss. So let's see what we do here today. Now we are at that 20 level, which I do like. I do like the 20 levels, and then you are seeing ES tap that daily perfectly. So, now look at something like 500 instead. Now I'll take a trade there. Oh, not right now. Let's wait for that daily open. Like right now, I don't see it clearly. I do like how this is bounced, you know, bam, you maybe put your risk at 17,647s, or 17,467, but um, I don't like it as much. I like price go below that daily open again. That'd be nice. Got very close, so that counts. But we just haven't seen anything since. So let's see how this 5 minute closes here at 17,500, and then if it starts to hold this 15 minute level, I may find something to take on up to the upside. 5 minute close. All of them, you know, 15s are not looking as hot to the upside anymore. $503s would be my risk. This 5 minute high. So low in this candle. 48 and a quarter. 17, 48. Profit. Okay. So that area is, you know, it's responding off that area pretty nice. And same thing with ES in that 15 minute. So in this next 5 minute close, if it closes with some strength and pulls back down, I would attempt the area to continue out the highs of the day. So the lows right here are going to be 503s. So I'm actually going to change that here. 503. And then if it does what I want to see, right, and pulls back down, I probably would take it just depending on how this looks. Uh, 15 minute engulfing candle though, not showing any strength, so I'm just manipulating here. ES was a nice reaction off that daily open, perfectly 50-57. So inside the 50% of the last down candle, so it looks pretty good over there. So like I think it's really going to come down to, you know, it might be just that tap and go right there. Way too much risk already now if I was to take it here, so I just gotta wait. Five-minute did react really nice there, 10:30, like we were anticipating, right? So the original trade that I had, I should have just moved that risk, but I couldn't based off the numbers, so it's okay. But that's the reaction that you want to see, and ES is reacting perfectly too on the 15. So it's a slight bit frustrating. Let's see how this last 15 minutes of the hour looks. So this area, like I said, is key that we didn't go higher at 10:15, but ready points to the upside too now. 15-minute on all three aren't really showing any signs of strength, even though they're tapped as daily opens here. So this is about to close. We're about to see what this candle's going to close like here on the 15. And then we'll look at this last 15 minutes of going into 11, likely. Now, 5-minute did respond really well. So maybe that fill, and then this would be your stop loss potentially if this can work out in this area. And the other two here. 488. Just kind of look at this area. 488. Okay, their profits are 100. Just kind of looking at how this area is going to form, but we are still above daily open, so 508. Let's do this. 508. So, I like this risk here. So we have basically the entry here. 508 is the risk, and then if we can get above here, I'm gonna lock it. Let's see how it works out. And the risk right now is about 20 points. So predetermined number, which we'll see if it can push up first here.
520. I had covered it the last time.
Now I probably want to put my risk though at the 503s. That's just me personally on this 5 minute, just because I want to be safe on that.
To 550. Just my.
And so if price can push up to even 650 from 500 here, that would be interesting.
Yes.
Wow, they kind of got me a little high there. I thought it had me up here, but this is fine right here. It's kind of focused on this right here. And if we can just run up to 16, 17, 620, 650s, that'd be great. Now with the entry being 28, and then if I was to put it here, that'd be a 30-point risk to the lows, right? Because 28 points plus another 10. So that's why I have the risk in this area here. And essentially I'm like, well, if it comes lower than here on a 1 minute and goes back closer to daily open, it's gonna go there. So what I'm really looking at though, just to finish this day off, is how we're playing on all three. I think we just got a pretty good 15-minute area. Price was below daily open on the two that we watch. So if we can get one more extension up on the 15s, I think we could go a little bit higher for a little bit. But we'll see. They may want to go, like I said, lower, come under daily first, and then go. It's really up to them. And then when you look at this 15-minute area, it's not the greatest, just being honest, because I'm inside of a last up candle, right? So they can easily sell off there first before going higher. So. But you cross that high, right? Before you hit that stop loss, and I would think that you have a chance to hit that range high today. And like I said, I would like my risk to rather be here, but that's a 30-point risk, so too far.
Just because.
So very cool. Session. Says I first entry. So I'm trying to work on that. Phrase or arguing is price breaking or selling off. Yeah, which you guys can help me with that. I really appreciate it. I'm going to describe that price action. I'll say where some break. Very important is that too much. I got that. That was really good. Got a little bit rambling. That was so fun. I was just gonna stay by recording. Somebody said it. So we're looking for those 4 hours to close in 2 hours as well. So the 1 hour closes are going to be key right now for us to possibly attack that 17,800 level over time. But the 1 hours, the only 1 hour that looks strong is NQ, right? And we bounced off that daily open on the other one, on ES. I want to say the other one. But just kind of show this really quick. This is kind of what I'm seeing from a higher time frame perspective. There's NQ, ES, YM, and we swept the low of the day on both of these. And then when you look at the price action where we're at, we came to daily open perfectly, and now we're starting to kind of give some strength off that area. And then, guys, oil is taking a shit. So we are pushing in the profit here. Now, if we can cross this first 5-minute high because of my location on this trade, I'm going to most likely try to secure it if that's possible. All right, so we are pushing pretty good off that area. And to go back, this does go for the range high. It's just going to remind me, like, I did do some pretty good trade management today, but I really never had to, you know, when I took this tap and go off daily open, I really need to keep my risk at that body closure or here and accept it. You know what I mean? Because I just thought my location wasn't good enough, but honestly, it was probably one of the best locations I could have had for the day, not have to manage anything. So let me check my numbers really quick because I want to see where I'm at for the day. So I'm back in a profit for the day. So it's just, you know, we can push this 5-minute high, this 15-minute high, and then 15-minute we could reach into the 78.6. You know, I'll cap this off and then I'll be out of here with a green day still. Been a little bit longer, but I did learn a lot today, and it's not over yet. So we haven't broke that 17,560 yet. But when you take a look really quick at all three of the assets on a 15, just the time of day, we are starting to get that strength on 15, below, above equilibrium, and same thing here. And then YM to me has just been very bullish. So if we can break the highs here, then I'm going to cap that trade off. So 5-minute close here. Like I said, technically, if you can get this push on through and starts attacking point of interest, I protect myself at that point of interest. I just realized I had all those fibs on there, sorry, from multiple screens. So price is looking good from that area. Like I said, the original entry was the best. But just being patient here and working in. Really like those range highs to get blasted today. So 16, 17, 620s. We're still about 100 points away from that. So what a beautiful day if this can continue. You know, it's just, I'm going to go back on the recording today and realize that my positions now could really just be add-ons, and my other trades could be locked off because they've never come back below daily open since. So now
really focus here, right time, 10:54, 10:55, right? As we slip the liquidity here, you want to have your eyes glued, right? Because now at this point, once this breaks technically that higher high, protect myself. I'm gonna accept the risk here, but if we get close to point of interest, and I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull it up closer. Just because I'm in the equilibrium of the trade today, I don't like that. What I do like though, like I was saying a second ago, is that NAS, where's the 15s? Oh, is that all three of the assets, right? When you look at them on a 15, NQ, ES, and now YM. YM looks like it's definitely going to go there, but we want to see ES break through like we are doing right here. Okay. Nice. I like it. So we've managed pretty well today. We're back into almost a 1 to 2 R for the day. So we just keep pushing here. That'd be great. So we have successfully got above this level. So now with the 5 minute hasn't closed above that level, now we're really focused on it this not being just a liquidity grab, okay? And so right now it looks really good. Looks really good if price can continue to close now above these areas, right? Because now you're like, oh, okay, shit, like I'm in a good spot. They're attacking New York, and then they come right into this last up candle, doink, and then just destroy you, right? So I've watched enough recordings that's where I'm giving you guys literally the gems that I figured out. So watching this 5 minute push, right? Want to see it stay strong and attack point of interest. As soon as you get the point of interest, protect or pay yourself a trail, right? Because when you look at that 15, and you think about swing high of the day to the swing low, they could just be bringing it back to the perfect area. Okay, so we're getting close to that point of interest. We're in that 15-minute area. Secure this. All right, there's no reason at this time of day to do that. I still will come out of here with a green day. It'd be small, but it's better than a loss, right? And so now I'm securing the bag. If it goes and pops the top of this market, I can come in and trail. But we are at point of interest. I am protecting and securing myself, which I took a step forward just by doing that today.
So, but if you're watching a bet, get your rest, feel better soon. Top SST, but we are decent soon. Serious, get some sleep. All right, that's it for Fast Markets for now. We got power players from Evelyn Amory. Thank you so much. As always, we love you around here.
Let's go. Price is pushing. So we don't want to get excited. We did taper the trade off, which that feels good to do that. And we are definitely in a profit for the day. So you guys have been able to see this whole thing live. Like I said, I want to probably end the stream here in a second. Just because, like I said, I've been going almost 3 hours, and I know at about 3 hours and 10 minutes, it won't want to do the whole thing. So watching this 5 minute here, watching how we are on ES as well. Where is that? Sorry. Why does it keep flipping back? Okay, yeah, watching all three here, and move ES to the middle here so I can see all those. And the 1 hours look good again to go take that range high. So I do kind of want to, if we can continue getting this push and price action, that does look pretty good. But let me look at this here. But now it's the same thing I was showing here with price action. If that 5 minute candle ever goes back below here on a 5 minute, then that price is going to be bearish. And so you'd either want to protect yourself, pay yourself, just go ahead and get out, or secure yourself like I did here. And this 5 minute has 1 more minute left. So let's see how it closes, right? Open bullish, can it open and push one more time here to New York Open? As well as the 15 minutes in alignment. And you can see ES. I just want to bring this over actually. All three of them on the 15, you already have a higher high here. You're looking for the higher high on ES, and volume's kind of still staggered in that area. So looks good. Let's see how this 5 minute can close. I'm not too focused, like I said, on that 1 minute at all. I'm really focused on the price action here. So ES is kind of having a hard time with that London Open, but we've already slipped a high here on NQ, so we can get this little push of volume really quick here. The 1 hours are all closing really, really bullish. So they opened up pretty good there. You see how that price opened up on top of that circle, which is pretty good. So now it's just like if they can extend up to this wick, that would be another 40, 50 points to the upside. And price is clearly bullish, right? So I like to make this line this color here while it's still printing that. But it's starting to break down. So for me today, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end up closing this out for today. If that 5 minute, I forgot, if that 5 minute breaks that structure, that goes and prints lower. So I'm already break even just in case if it goes down and hits me out. I really like how the 1 hours keep closing, opening and closing bullish off that 17,500 level. So um we still want to have that perspective of what we're trying to get to, right? That wick high New York traders. ES isn't showing any weakness right now in that 5069, but I don't like how that's starting to play, to be honest with you guys. They could easily slipped in balance right here, and that's what I don't like about it. But if I can wait this out and be patient on this 5 minute and watch these candle closures, and that's great. If we get a 5 minute candle that closes up close to a POI, I'll probably trail the risk to this low right here. Uh, and the 15s don't look as strong right now on the other two, so we'll see. Yeah, see, I was trying to push it lower. But it has a minute and 34 seconds, so 15s is kind of getting weak from 5069 over on ES. I don't like that breakdown. So 1 minute left. We'll see where this candle closes will be key. If they drain it out, they drain it out, right? And they continue higher after, it is what it is. So if it closes lower, I'll probably cut out for the day. If it stays above that area, I'll probably stay in. Can't really tell that it cut. It's pretty cut, so I'm not gonna mess with it anymore today. Still got out of here with a green day. That's what matters. If price sells off in this area, it's anticipated, right? Definitely some things I'm gonna look back on from today. Could have just held my original position and probably managed it. Price still could eventually go higher from here, but once I get that signal, the same way, I don't want to chance it based off where the entry was. So, not every day is going to be glamorous and beautiful, but as long as you can, pull that green day out, that's all that really truly matters. So, I appreciate you guys watching. We'll be back tomorrow for the last day of the week, and have a good rest of your day trading.